Welcome to my channel, Achinogola the lawyer, Karibuni Sana, and today we are going to be speaking about importance of therapy and how someone should analyze whether they need therapy. I'll be joined by my guest who's a trained counselor. She's called Winnie Mugomati, and I hope this channel will be informative to all of you. If you enjoy the video, like, share, and subscribe. So, Winnie, thank you so much for agreeing to be here today. I'm glad to have you today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so maybe you could tell us a little bit about yourself, what you studied, and your journey now as a counselor to where you are right now.
My name is Winnie Mugomati. I've studied psychology and I'm a trained counselor. I'm a practicing counselor over 10 years.
Oh, that's nice. That's awesome. So, maybe now you could share your experience now with dealing with various age groups on the issue of people who need therapy. Like, how has it been for you generally?
Okay, we all actually need therapy. So in my experience, I've been counseling children, teenagers, and general adults.
Okay.
There's no like a specific age group. I do all age groups, right from children to adults.
Okay. Okay, and I must say thank you for your services that you rendered to me, especially.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Welcome.
so even as we now delve into this issue of therapy, maybe now you could talk about the importance of therapy because I feel that some people who think therapy is only for crazy people, or some people wait till things have gone so extreme, then now is when they seek therapy. So maybe you could share with us the importance of therapy.
Yeah, first of all, we need therapy in all aspects of life, beginning with even, uh, you know, when you're not even sure about your dreams, you need counseling.
Wow.
When you're not sure about your future, you need counseling. When you're going through a medical problem, you will need counseling. When you're not sure about a career, you need someone to help you on how to choose a career. You will need a counselor.
Okay.
You will need a counselor when you are in a relationship or you want to begin a relationship. You will need counseling.
Okay.
So actually, you need counseling in every aspect of life.
Yeah, and even now, furthermore, now even for people who have divorce cases or separation, I think now that's majorly the importance of counseling for both the parents, the children.
The children, yes, and even sometimes the society, because they need to be educated on separation issues and and how to cope with people being separated or divorced, because there's a lot of stigmatization.
Wow.
Yeah, sometimes when people divorce, it's not like it's a crime. Sometimes they needed that. Yeah, so all people need to be educated on separation and divorce, especially, these groups of people like the kids, the children, the family, and the society
Wow.
at large.
Wow. Yeah, thank you so much for that because at least now it sheds light that in all aspects and the various ages people need counseling, right? And also dealing with the death also, I think also people need counseling in that because I see some people never recover from the death of people.
Yes,
Yeah.
loss and grief.
Mm.
You need to be helped on how to cope and how to continue with life without that person. Yes, because if you're not counseled, your life gets, you get stuck. And that will affect the way you behave and even performance at workplace. So
Okay.
actually, if you're not counseled, you might have a lot of challenges in life. Yes.
Okay. And another video I was maybe looking at today, also I feel mothers need counseling because the whole new aspect of motherhood can be challenging for new mothers. What do you think on that?
Yes, because
Mm-hmm.
this is a new
Mm-hmm.
life. You're beginning
Mm-hmm.
a new life,
Okay.
where there's no freedom.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be there for the child,
Mm-hmm.
and so you need to be counseled on how, you know, to be a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Some don't know how to breastfeed; they need to be taught. Some
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to deal with those sleepless nights.
Mm-hmm.
They might go into stress because they just don't know how to deal with
Mm.
the baby crying the whole night. So they need to
Okay.
be counseled on how to deal with that, and that is
Okay.
just
Mm-hmm.
a normal kind of life.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, now on the issue of there's something you've mentioned that I found interesting, that people should be cancelled before they begin relationships. I feel maybe parents of these days don't do that so much. That's why we're seeing many people messing up, especially young people messing up in relationships. What are your thoughts on that?
Parenting today is a very it's challenging because
Mm-hmm.
of work.
Mm-hmm.
So many parents have taken all their energy at work and
Mm-hmm.
forgotten parenting.
Okay.
Actually, that's what's happening in the, maybe let me say, the whole world,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why we are seeing issues with people having issues with their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
um, I would say it's
Mm-hmm.
important for parents to begin early
Mm-hmm.
educating their children on relationships, because
Mm-hmm.
we've had a lot of cases on suicide,
Mm-hmm.
or people becoming suicidal
Mm-hmm.
because somebody has just left them. So if parents would have spoken to the children
Mm-hmm.
earlier, or even got counseling,
Mm-hmm.
you would pick up your pieces and
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah.
But since you've not gone through counseling, you feel
Mm-hmm.
it's the end of the world,
Mm-hmm.
and so suicide becomes your
Mm-hmm.
next comfort zone.
Wow. Well, I think that's very important because many could have been saved if maybe also they would have been talked to. And I think now also, as we are continuing our discussion, maybe you could educate us on the certain maybe behavioral changes or signs and symptoms of depression, because some parents live with their children in their houses and they don't notice anything until someone commits the suicide. Then you notice, okay, they are going through something.
Some
Yeah.
of the behavioral changes would be
Mm-hmm.
withdrawal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some people they just want to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
There would be also aspect of, you know,
Mm-hmm.
some will talk about it. They will just be mentioning, giving hints.
Mm-hmm.
They would say, one day I'll die, one day I'll kill one day I'll kill myself. Those are some of the
Mm-hmm.
hints people should notice
Mm-hmm.
as parents. Also, we are
Mm-hmm.
talking about parents, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
And also having some
Mm-hmm.
anger outburst,
Mm-hmm.
where something small, they will just behave like you've done something very bad to
Very,
them.
yeah,
So they'll
yeah.
have anger outburst.
Mm-hmm.
Some will lack sleep. So,
Okay.
but also it depends with people. Some will lack sleep. Others will they'll
Oversleep.
start, they'll start
Mm-hmm.
change even the way they dress. Some will be very unkempt,
Yeah,
dirty.
for sure.
Yeah, they won't care about grooming,
Mm-hmm.
and some will also lose appetite
Mm-hmm.
because they are depressed, so they don't see any meaning of life, and they take a lot of risks.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because they just want to get this thing
Out of.
out of them. So they will
Mm-hmm.
really take a lot of risks, including
Mm-hmm.
risks that could lead to
Mm-hmm.
um, death.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
For example, maybe using drugs or
using drugs.
drowning themselves in alcohol.
Yes,
Yeah.
or even
Mm-hmm.
exposing
Mm-hmm.
themselves to dangers that
Mm-hmm.
would cause
Mm-hmm.
some attention, or
Mm-hmm.
something that would just
Mm-hmm.
lead to death.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you're a mother of teenagers, so maybe you could also have experience, and that's why, um, as you've said, parents should be on the lookout, because if you don't notice, then sometimes it could be too late, right? So even as you're talking about the symptoms, maybe the various causes, of course, number one, I mean, worldwide, it's known, it's relationships, either family or separation or divorce, but maybe what could be other causes of depression?
To teenagers?
No, to generally just
General,
people.
general
Yeah.
people.
Mm.
It could be work related.
Yeah.
It could be also health related.
Yeah.
If you maybe you're working and you're not happy at work, it can cause depression. If you have conflicts at work, it can cause depression. If there's someone who is giving you a lot of discomforts at work, can give you, that is having problems with the interpersonal relationship, it can give you depression. When it comes to health, having a terminal illness and just normal health issues that are either stressful. Yeah, even including severe headaches can give you depression.
Yeah, so anything ranging.
Ranging from health and work related.
Okay.
Actually, what most people bring to counseling is health issues, work related, family and relationship. Yes, that's what most people bring for counseling.
Yeah, yeah, and I know, of course, they could be diverse. Yeah, so you cannot actually recommend maybe a blanket treatment for any, because maybe some now, even as we are moving on, maybe now you could talk about the various treatments, because as we are saying, not all treatments could work for all types of cases. So what are the various types of treatment that maybe from your side as a counselor you usually recommend for various types of issues that are brought to you?
Yeah, for most cases actually, the first intervention is counseling. Even for people who are depressed, before they seek a psychiatrist, they need to see a counselor, because maybe their case would be solved, or their issue would be okay if they saw what a counselor. But you see, most people, when they have depression, they'll go straight to a psychiatrist, and in psychiatry it's medicine.
Yeah.
So you're going to be given what? Medicine. For counseling is a psychosocial help that can really do wonders.
In terms of?
In terms of healing, yes.
Like, will it cause damage, or maybe
I'm
now what?
saying in counseling there's a lot of psychological healing.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So maybe that person just needed someone to talk to. They
Okay.
really did need prescribed medicine or medication. So talking to a counselor would more preferred than them getting straight medical help. Yeah.
Wow. So actually what you're saying, before people could go the medicine way, they'd rather try talking.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think I've learned also through our interactions that talking helps to a certain extent. It's not that you're crazy, maybe you just need an outlet, right? Yeah, so even as we are proceeding, maybe now you could share about how you've been able to deal with maybe especially family issues, because I think COVID has shown us that maybe people don't know each other in their house, and maybe now for someone who's watching and they're going through family issues, maybe what could you recommend to them, because they could be various.
First of all, where people need to cope with each other. And as I said earlier, when you begin a relationship, it has to have a foundation.
Okay.
A foundation in which you can cope with each other in times of, hardship and times of happiness. We are having all these issues because the relationship didn't have what? Foundation. You entered a relationship with a very high expectation. Then COVID comes in, one of you loses a job. And you find that you can't get what you used to get. Or the lifestyle changes. So because you didn't have a good foundation, you're going to break up. Yeah, because it's not the person you once met. or no, this is not the person you want to be with, because they are not providing what what you want. And
Yeah.
since the relationship didn't have a good foundation, it's bound to break.
Yeah.
Yes.
So people now, okay, maybe now they've realized they didn't have the good foundation, and now, of course, they're still forced to stick with each other. So how can they learn to cope with each other? Because, as you've said, all of us have different flaws. So how can people learn to cope with each other?
You need to understand that we are not perfect. You cannot have a perfect being. So once you have that, once you know that you are not perfect, and your partner is not perfect, unless if it's a major thing that is happening between you.
Okay.
Any other issue that is, any other issue that is not, of course, the major one is infidelity.
Yeah.
That one is another issue. But
Yeah.
any other problem in the marriage, that is infidelity, violence, cruelty, that can be serious. But anything like, he's not providing, she's not clean,
Yeah.
those are things you can
Talk about.
talk about and even cope with.
I think maybe some need to be talked about. I think
That's when
you
counseling
can't
comes
cope
in.
with an unclean person, I
This is
think.
when counseling comes in. So you go as a couple and learn to be clean and learn to, to help this person. You see, when you help that person, they're able to appreciate that, you want them to change
Yeah.
and to be better people,
Okay.
other than just running away from them.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's some couples who've coped with some behaviors, like uncleanness,
Okay.
uncooked, not well cooked food.
Would,
They are able to cope with that.
okay, I
Yes.
think people are different, but everyone knows what they can cope with. I think now the issue you said about having expectations, I think it should be talked about, and people should be very open about their weaknesses and maybe their flaws, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because I think.
Openness. Openness.
And then also there's another trend I've seen, or maybe myth, or you could correct me on this. In marriages, especially, you'll find women could seek a counselor more than men, or maybe now when it reaches the turn for a man to tag along with the wife during counseling, they are a little bit hesitant. Is it that men are not open to counseling, or maybe what could you say about that?
Not that men are not open to counseling.
Mm-hmm.
They take their time.
Mm-hmm.
Women are people who are very quick in decision making, and they are open. They don't hide problems. Men will tend to hide their problems because they don't want maybe people to maybe laugh at them. They want to take things slow.
Okay.
But the women, because of the emotional makeup, they seek help faster than men. And that's why sometimes in relationships, the woman will be hurt first. The first initial breakup, the women become very hurt. But after a few months, they heal, and now the man begins what? The process of hurting, and it takes long. Yeah.
Wow, I wish also some people could be more aware of that they should seek help at the
Earliest, yes.
opportunity, because maybe now the woman has healed and the man has not, he will need more counseling to be
Yes.
able to go through
Yes.
that whole process. Wow, thank you for that. And also, even as you're talking about now, the importance of counseling, should anyone, okay, I know people go for counseling when they now see the signs of depression, but even when I'm okay, should I still go for counseling? So just to be able to talk about maybe things that you're planning, or things that you feel you're unsure about.
Yeah, when you are not unsure, you'll need counseling. Otherwise, when you say okay, when you're okay, you won't seek counseling when you're just okay. But when you are unsure of something, you need to seek someone to talk to. Yes.
Okay. And then now, even as we are moving on, I know in Kenya there are various bodies that register um, counselors to practice. Maybe you could just mention a few, and also you could mention the importance of having someone who's licensed as a counselor to practice with you.
Well, we have Kenya
Mm-hmm.
Counselors Association,
Mm-hmm.
Kenya
Mm-hmm.
Professional Counselors Association.
Okay.
These are the two that
Mm-hmm.
are common, though
Mm-hmm.
maybe we have others.
Mm-hmm.
The importance is, it's ethical
Mm-hmm.
to have to be in this body.
Mm-hmm.
It helps the client to know that they are dealing with a professional person,
Yeah.
the person who is observing ethics.
Mm-hmm.
And for the counselor, it helps you to be aware of what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
the changes in counseling, maybe trends.
Mm-hmm.
You can attend the workshops.
Mm-hmm.
You can go for training.
Mm-hmm.
So it's both important for the counselor and the client also benefits from that.
Wow.
That they are dealing with a
Okay.
professional counselor.
Yeah, yeah, and I think also now on the issue of ethics, I know counselors are really bound to keep whatever,
Confidentiality.
yes, the information uh, they're confided with, and also I think now if someone breaks that confidentiality, can they be reported to maybe those
Yes, and you
associations?
can even lose the certification.
Oh.
Yeah, if you break. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether you know there
Mm-hmm.
are instances when
Mm-hmm.
a counselor can break
Yeah, yeah,
confidentiality. So
for
this
sure.
is when then the client gives them the consent,
Mm-hmm.
they can
Yeah.
do that. They can share
Yeah.
information with another person
Mm-hmm.
when
Mm-hmm.
when the case
Mm-hmm.
it's about a minor,
Mm-hmm.
and you
Yeah.
suspect the minor has been raped or
Mm-hmm.
they are going through incest.
Mm-hmm.
That one you can. Incest is the family member.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
break confidentiality.
Mm-hmm.
When you're dealing with a criminal, when the client is a criminal,
Yeah.
yeah, because the information is needed at the
Mm-hmm.
court of law.
Yeah.
When you think or you feel, when you
Mm-hmm.
can even see that the client needs what
Mm-hmm.
um, hospitalization,
Yeah.
then you need to break confidentiality. Then
Mm-hmm.
when the client is also a danger to himself and others, that
Okay.
is, he seems to be suicidal or violent,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you'll break confidentiality. So as
Okay.
much as we are bound with ethics,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, in with the, you are bound to be,
Mm-hmm.
confidential.
Mm-hmm.
We can still break, with the reasons I've just given out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and even now as we continue that discussion, in Kenya generally, do you think counseling has gained a lot of public, let me say, people,
Awareness.
yeah, awareness? Because I see many people still are not open to be able to talk about the issues. Is it because of our African setting that we are taught, you're supposed to die with your issues in your family, you're not supposed to expose your family? What do you think?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we've seen actually an improvement,
Okay.
yeah, in people seeking counseling.
Okay.
Although we have this, I don't know whether I can say it's a trend or something,
Mm-hmm.
where people think if I go for counseling,
Mm-hmm.
people will see me, they'll
Mm-hmm.
laugh at me.
Okay.
It's counseling is for the people who have major issues.
Mm.
But remember, I said earlier,
Mm-hmm.
even career,
Mm.
career,
Choices.
choices,
Mm.
you'll need a counselor.
Mm-hmm.
Nutrition, you need
Yeah.
a counselor.
Mm-hmm.
In every aspect of life, you need a counselor. So it's not that when you go for counseling, you are crazy or you are mentally ill
Mm-hmm.
or you have problems. No, you could just be okay, but you just want to talk to someone about a career. A career now that does not mean you have a problem. You just want to be, guided. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, that's very important for people to hear, because I think, as you said, people still stigmatize
Yes.
someone when they hear this person is going for counseling. They may
Yeah, and even if they see you going to see a counselor, of course they will wonder why is she going to see a counselor? She seems to be having a very big problem. So that's why people
yeah.
even fear even to knock on a counselor's door. They'll maybe look around to see whether someone is seeing them, then they get in because they're afraid. They're
Okay.
afraid of the stigmatization and what people will tell them.
Yeah.
But it's we've seen changes actually. Yeah, people more and more people are seeking counseling. Yes.
Okay. And now, in the field of practicing as a counselor, I know there are some who are attached to hospitals or to schools and all areas. Maybe now you could say the various areas where someone can practice as a counselor, because maybe there's someone who's done psychology and maybe they're looking for opportunities. So where are the various areas that someone could practice as a counselor?
Yeah, first of all, it as you mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
you can be attached in a hospital,
Mm-hmm.
in a school setting, that is maybe college or
Mm-hmm.
university
Mm-hmm.
or any educational institution.
Mm-hmm.
You can be attached to in an organization.
Yeah. Mm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You can also
Mm-hmm.
be a consultant.
Mm.
Yes.
Yes. And all those areas someone can still earn a
Yes. You
living.
can earn a living.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm so glad you've been able to share that, because I think maybe there's some people who are not, maybe who did not know, yeah, the various areas they could practice in. Even as we are winding up, Winnie, what could be your advice to especially the youths, because the youths are still the major part of the population in Kenya and also in Africa, in terms of managing stress or just living an abundant life? What could be your message to them?
Yeah, first of all, you need to practice self love.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you need to, it begins with you. So if you don't love yourself, how do you expect other people to love you? And in managing stress, you need a lot of sleep. You need to exercise, eat a balanced diet, have supportive friends with you, and have some time management skills, that is prioritizing your time, uh, you know, believing in your time, and making sure that things you can't change, you cope with them.
Wow, thank you so much for that. And especially on self love. I remember you really taught me how to take care of myself, love myself, because it's so important, as you've said. If you don't know how to love yourself and take care of yourself, no one can, right? And it doesn't matter what you're going through, but also, as you've said, anyone can come out of any situation, right? Yeah, it might be very severe or any, it might be very traumatic,
You have the power to. In counseling, we say that the client is the one who knows what is even as they come to counseling, they know what they want. So the client uh, can choose what they want. So you have the power to be whom you want to be. Even as a teenager, you choose what you want to be. Yes. If you choose the negative way, that's it. So I feel you should go for the positive vibes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think also the counselor does not work some magic.
No.
It's up to the person to really decide that they
Yes.
want to come out of
Yes.
whichever situation, right?
Yes. Yes.
So even if the maybe if it's a parent who's paying a lot of thousands and the child does not want to, there's no magic that can make
The
that.
counselor will give you insight. They will open. You'll be able to see who you are through a counselor. You'll be able to understand yourself through a counselor. Maybe there are things you didn't know about yourself. You're gonna know that through a counselor. Then you make your own decisions. We don't make decisions for you. It's you to choose what you want in life. Yes.
Wow. And as we are closing now, um, as counselors, do you also get overwhelmed? Don't you also think that
Yes,
counselors need
yes,
counseling
yes,
also?
yes. We go for supervision. Yes, supervision is where you meet and talk about the issues you've been having and just help each other. Yeah, so we go for supervision. We can't do this without supervision. We cannot. Yes.
Yes, and also, um, do you think religion has a part to play in healing? Religion?
Yes, yes, and quite related to counseling. You remember, even Jesus himself is a counselor. Yeah, so even it's quite related. Only that this one is scientific,
Okay.
but it's quite related. Yes.
Okay, so also people could seek help from maybe church
Yeah, yeah. We
leaders.
have pastoral counselors that have done counseling, but the pastoral counseling has a lot of branches, or psychology has a lot of branches. Yeah, all of them are doing different things or different. They are helping people differently.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Winnie.
You're
And
welcome.
I'll leave your contacts in my description box so that if anyone needs to reach out to you, they can reach out to you. But maybe you could say your email or your number.
Ah,
Yes.
my number is 0723 Thank you.
Okay, then we'll leave the email at the description. So thank you so much for joining me
You're
today.
welcome.
Thank you for the information, and I hope someone is blessed.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.